The opinions, viewpoints, and ideas expressed in this episode do not necessarily reflect the beliefs, values, or principles of Sacred Arts, Crystal Luna, or Jackson Rose LLC. While we strive to present diverse perspectives and thought-provoking content, the views expressed by guests or hosts are their own and may not align with the official stance of Sacred Arts, Crystal Luna, or Jackson Rose. We encourage our audience to approach the content presented with discernment and critical thinking. Take everything discussed with a grain of salt, and consider your own beliefs, values, and experiences when interpreting the information provided. It is important to engage in thoughtful reflection and dialogue when exploring complex topics. Thank you for tuning in and being part of our community. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Sacred Arts Academy, where we talk about all things from the practical to the sacred. Today, we have a very unique topic. We're going to be talking about scalar energy with Tom Paladino. Tom is a distinguished scalar energy researcher hailing from Florida. He delves into the profound realm of scalar energy, the fundamental life force permeating every aspect of our world, space, and the universe. This incredible energy originates from celestial bodies such as the sun and stars, known by various synonyms, terms like chi, ki, prana, om, mana, life force, pyramid energy, or 0 point energy. Tom's groundbreaking theories propose that scalar energy serves as the genesis of all energy in the universe. He envisions the sun of our solar system and the stars scattered across the cosmos as the ultimate sources or storehouses of scalar energy. Intriguingly, he says that scalar energy functions as instructive energy, with the divine essence serving as the guiding force of the entire universe. Consequently, all spiritual, cognitive, emotional, and physical phenomena find their origins and sustenance through scalar energy instructions, bringing order to the vast expanse of existence. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you so much for that introduction. A pleasure to be here.
Thank you. I am absolutely intrigued just by that intro. Can you provide a brief overview of scalar energy for our listeners and for myself who may not be familiar with this fascinating energy form outside of electromagnetic spectrum?
You're right. It's an energy outside of the electromagnetic spectrum. Many people have heard of quantum physics or quantum mechanics, and that's a new branch of physics that's trying to explain phenomenon that's not caused by the electromagnetic energy. So we're going to speak about the other energy today, quantum energy or scalar energy. What is interesting about this energy, it's instructional. It's non-physical. There's not an electron or proton involved. Some say this is consciousness, and I would agree with that.
Okay, that's super interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about how did you find yourself on this path? How did you discover scalar energy? What brought you to this point today?
As a youngster, I was reading about Nikola Tesla and his discoveries, the great scientist Nikola Tesla. Tesla was able to engineer scalar energy instruments and control that energy. And to this day, I don't think anybody has quite fathomed his excellence and what he achieved. So in many ways, I'm trying to duplicate the work of Nikola Tesla. I have engineered scalar energy instruments. I'm in my laboratory, and I'll demonstrate how these work. It's the realm of consciousness. This is the intelligence of the universe, and a scalar energy instrument will interface with that intelligence of the universe.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla is a very interesting individual. I'm convinced he was probably like a shaman in a past life or something, because the work that he did from a science perspective is very spiritual and very energetic based. Can you tell us a little bit more about what exactly motivated you to, start on this independent study in this field?
I saw that the world had problems, and realized that invention, technology can solve those problems. At heart, I'm a humanitarian. And when I saw the potential of scalar energy and the work it can perform, the work functions it can achieve, I said to myself, this is it. Scalar energy will be the tool to solve many problems. And that's where we're at today. I am solving problems. I'm all about a research that is performance driven.
Really interesting. Could you share a little bit more into the process of creating the instruments that you use? What are their capabilities in transmitting instructive energy for remote healing even?
Yeah. I'm in my laboratory and I'm going to point to the instrument that I'm going to demonstrate. This is a scalar energy instrument that's able to capture that energy from the sun and the star, or maybe we should say interface with that energy from the sun and the stars. So this is not an electrical device. And in so doing, if you look closely at the instrument, there's no moving parts. And why is that pertinent? Well, it's not a motor. This instrument's not a motor. The motor are the sun and the stars. The kinetic energy is from the sun and the stars. This instrument simply captures that kinetic energy from the sun and the stars.
How long have you been doing this for?
It's been my life. It's 50 years.
Whoa,
Yes.
that's incredible. Incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, do you have any stories or testimonies in what this instrument has yielded over the years?
Yeah. I'm going to first demonstrate the instrument is on. I'm going to show the audience just how strong it is. If I hold a light bulb in my hand, the instrument will illuminate, will energize the light bulb. Now, that's free energy, meaning there's so much energy coming off that Tesla coil that it can animate a light bulb.
Whoa.
Okay. So this is the ambient energy. This is the radiant energy of the universe. I work with people. I never work in a biological sense. I work in a quantum sense with information. So I work with a person's photograph. What does that mean? A photograph has energy attached to it. I can access a person's energy field, their force field, through this instrument. So I never work in person. This is my photograph. I could work with myself by way of my energy field, my force field on a photograph. Now, in practice, I actually print out a photograph and place it in the instrument. Now, my chakras are now being balanced. My brain waves are being balanced by that energy. So keep in mind, if this instrument can illuminate a light bulb, it's also illuminating my chakras as I speak. It's instructive energy. Instructive energy that can illuminate a light bulb, instructive energy that can illuminate my mind. The energy field or the matrix, or what some people call 0 point energy. And the interface is a photograph that accesses my quantum field.
That is fascinating. When people reach out to you, do they have an intention, or are they just sending you the photographs and, or, to feel better? Like, can you tell me a little bit about that process?
Now, people simply send their photograph. I don't ask them to enumerate any health problem. I'm not a medical professional, and I want this to be private. That's really important to me. So there's really nothing much more private than a photograph because I'm not asking for their information. I don't want any information. So the point is, the energy knows what needs to be done. I am not the operator. The animating force, the operating force is the energy. So we take human reasoning out of the operation here. There's no human reasoning. This instrument and the energy that it broadcasts is the animating force.
Now, you just put up your picture and effectively use that instrument. Do you feel any difference after going
Yes.
through that process?
Yes. Yes. When I perform that chakra balancing, sometimes I feel my head tingling or some type of sensation. At night, I have a very deep, uninterrupted sleep. Every night I sleep straight for 4, 5, 6 hours. I have vivid dreams. Why? Because this energy downloads into our conscious and subconscious mind. This energy will correct our conscious and subconscious mind. The energy in and of itself is instructive, corrective. That's what I like about my work and Tessa's work. We are working with what we call the wheel work of nature, the very fundament of nature. Light is fundamental.
Mm. Yeah, I read somewhere that the instrument that you work with there can disassemble over 400,000 pathogens. How does harnessing the scalar energy reverse phase angle harmonic contribute to
Yeah,
this process, and what kind of diseases or conditions can potentially be addressed through this approach?
good point. So my specialty, what I've developed and perfected, is the ability to negate pathogens or microbes, germs. Now I'm going to hold up a photograph of various herpes viruses. Now this is a magnified photograph of the herpes virus. And in so doing, it has an energy field, a quantum field. Now follow my thinking. If I take my photograph and place it in the quantum field side by side the viruses of herpes, there's a communication or a download of energy. The energy of herpes would be identified in my quantum field, the energy only. And if I had the energy of herpes, this instrument would nullify, would negate the energy of herpes. So we're working at a higher plane, the astral plane, the spiritual plane, the plane of non-physical intelligence. And in so doing, we can act instantaneously. We can find the signature of the herpes virus in my quantum field, my energetic field, and eradicate it, erase it. So I actually do use magnified photograph of viruses in order to identify the virus and negate it.
Mm.
Now, to fast forward, over the years, over the past 50 years, I've amassed photographs of 400,000 species of pathogens. So I can eradicate potentially the energy signal of 400,000 species of pathogens.
I have so many questions.
Now,
uh,
to segue really quickly, this is a new science. To be quite candid, my instrument is unique. My process is unique. It's not been duplicated. Nobody's been able to prove or disprove my work. So I am on the cutting edge of this science. Now, to speak to the listening audience, by all means, if you've never heard of this before, I understand. I am the originator. Nobody's duplicated my results thus far.
that is so interesting. So I love what you just said about the pathogens and being able to eradicate those. How about preventing disease, like preventing Alzheimer's or cancer or
Now,
whatever?
maybe I'm on the right step with this. And let me explain. I'm going to hold up a photograph of spinach. I can download the energy of spinach into a person. What do I mean by that? If I were to take my photograph, I could actually download the energy of spinach into my quantum field. So that's sound nutrition. And many people believe that the proper nutrition is chemopreventative or can prevent some types of disease. So I can't prove that, but I will go on record by saying I've taken photographs of spinach, natural foods, or I've taken photographs of vitamins, and I download those natural foods or I download those vitamins into my quantum field. Now, for the sake of this conversation, this is how I receive my vitamins every day. I don't take a multivitamin. I receive my vitamins energetically through the energy field, through the force field. I think this is an enhanced process to receive a download or the imprint, if you will, of vitamins. Why? Because nothing can stop the light. Light is a perfect delivery system for vitamins. So in many respects, by having this energetic nutrition, this will, I believe, prevent disease. That's my reasoning.
I love that concept because I mean, I've heard a lot of theories around like we as human beings don't really need a whole lot of food or a whole lot of sleep, et cetera, et cetera. And so your approach is one of like downloading it through the energetic field and being able to nourish ourselves through this instrument, which is it's a really unique concept.
Yes, thank you. In other words, receiving any type of vitamin energetically is much more efficient, in my estimation, than a caloric intake. Why? Light is the perfect delivery system. So when I administer any vitamin or any natural food or any amino acid through light, it will, if you will, flood my quantum body from head to toe. So if we have a cell, a quantum cell, which is an energy field around our cell, then this vitamin would be flooded into our body. So we don't have to depend upon a circulatory system. Now that's my reasoning. Again, this is new, cutting edge. This has to be proven in the future.
You know, I hear a lot of stuff around like solar flares and, you know, extra energy coming down from the stars. Does that affect your instrument or how does that work?
No, because the electromagnetic spectrum does not affect my instrument. Those are two separate dimensions. If electricity is the orange, then the apple is scalar energy. But I will say this, there are times when I have a scalar energy presence. For instance, I've noticed that I live in Florida. When there's a lightning storm, lightning is composed of a scalar energy input. All lightning initiates the scalar energy. And many times when there's a lightning storm and I have my instrument functioning, my instrument will start responding to the lightning in the atmosphere. I'll actually develop small lightning bolts on my instrument. So a scalar energy instrument can communicate with a scalar energy lightning bolt.
Really interesting. You know, I want to go back to the pathogenic infections for a second. By eliminating these agents of pathogenic infection, symptoms associated with illness decrease or disappear. How does scalar energy target and neutralize these causative agents, leading to an improvement in health?
This is my theory. Everything has an intelligence. So if I introduce a photograph of the herpes virus into the instrument will negate the molecular intelligence. What I presume to be covalent bonds, hydrogen bonds, ionic bonds, there's some type of connection, non-physical connection between matter. If we can eliminate that non-physical connection between matter, the matter falls apart. It's called transmutation, in which we take one physical form and break it down into another physical form. Now, is that indeed what is happening? I theorize so. I believe we've seen transmutation in the universe. It is a phenomenon. Is this instrument capable of transmutation? Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so curious, like how long ago did you develop this instrument? How long have you been using this instrument for?
About 12 years now.
Okay.
12 years, yeah. So I
Yeah.
have quite a track record. And just to let your audience know, earlier today, I received photographs from around the world. Earlier today, I worked with 500,000 photographs. So we're becoming popular.
Yeah. It's super fascinating because a lot of what you're saying makes sense just based on my own research with Nicholas Tesla and you know, some of the concepts that we use in energy work. I love that you've developed a way to capture, this in a way where you don't really need much than just the picture. And how long do you normally put someone's picture on? How long is a session, basically?
It, it's 24 hours a day. So approximately 1 hour a day will identify and eliminate them or eradicate them. And then the second hour of the day, we're balancing their chakras, their brain waves. And then the remaining 22 hours a day, approximately, we're downloading nutrients. I believe nutrients should be delivered throughout the day around the clock because we have need for nutrients around the clock. So to answer the question, it's a 24-hour clock. These instruments are always on. They're always functioning.
Super interesting. And then do you have any other like inventions on the horizon? Like how is this kind of evolving and developing in your lab?
Thank you. So that's one of my goals. If I can illuminate a light bulb immediately, right? If I can take this fluorescent tube and illuminate this in my laboratory, then eventually I want to be able to illuminate a building at a distance. And if I can do that, that will be the end of the energy crisis. If I can deliver the energy of the sun at a distance without need of wires, without pollution, without any interference, without the need of an infrastructure, I will have solved the energy crisis.
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. I want to know, have you written any books? Is there anywhere where people can kind of read about your work and about everything we've discussed here today?
It'd be best just on my website. I don't have a book out yet. Um, I think the articles, I've written probably 300 articles. Visit the website and you could understand more about my work therein.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really great because I'm absolutely fascinated that the genesis of this has started with you. And it seems to be, just from what you have said, it seems to have been effective. Now, I noticed the picture, today, in your picture today, you look very healthy. You seem to be thriving, right? Have you used it as a means to like lose weight and
Yes.
to become a healthier being?
Yes, I've been working with myself for 30 years with these instruments, and I'll go on record. I believe this has slowed down my aging process. I am essentially pathogen free. I receive my nutrients on a daily basis. So yes, this has enhanced my health. Yes.
Yeah, that's incredible. And so you offer a 15 days of free scalar light sessions. What is the recommended, time that people should be working with you essentially?
I leave that up to people. We offer on our website 15 days of free session. All you have to do is just email us a bus shot, just your face. We don't need a full body. And for 15 days, we'll balance your chakras, we'll deliver nutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and we'll eradicate the pathogens on the energetic level. So after 15 days, we allow people to decide if this was of merit, if they feel that the program was beneficial.
And so you mentioned earlier, I have so many questions. You mentioned earlier that you feel like a tingling in your crown, and you do feel some sort of sensation. Have you had any testimonials of people saying, this cleared XYZ, I was able to lose weight, I was able to, you know, feel something. Can you tell us a little like story
Yes.
around
And
testimonials?
that's the key to my work right now, testimonials, because you can't even measure this energy. I don't think you'll ever be able to measure consciousness. So how could you really amass data as if you will, how the energy performs. You can't measure the energy. But we have probably now 4,000 testimonies from people around the world. Many of those are on the website. That's the key to our work, the feedback, the testimonies. Here's one in particular. I've been working with a clinic in Delhi, India. This is the Om Prakash HIV/AIDS clinic. I've worked with over 5,000 people at this clinic in Delhi, India. And after working with these people, many of them report that their symptoms for HIV have abated. They no longer have symptoms of HIV. Here's in particular one PCR test from the clinic. After being HIV positive for years, this individual does not have a viral load for HIV, and their symptoms have abated, disappeared. So it's very promising.
Wow. That is incredible. That is so incredible.
You're right. And why is it incredible? Energy, light, controls nature. So what am I saying? With my instrument, I can instruct the instrument to look for the HIV virus and eradicate it. That's the key to my work. I always work with energy. Energy never lets me down. If the instrument is told to look for the signal of HIV, it will do so and eradicate it or remove it.
So the sinister side of me is coming up in the same way that you're able to help people be healthier and pour some of these nutrients into them. Can this be used to make people sick?
I don't know. I can't rule that out. Now, let me say this. I'm the only one with this instrument, so the technology rests with me right now. And that's one of the reasons I won't release this to the general public. But you're right. Energy is very powerful. So moving forward, we have to be very wise and a high degree of morality when we're using this type of energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you patented this instrument yet?
No, I won't patent it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
won't. I
I'm
won't
a
patent
little
it.
scared of the government. So
No, I likewise, I'm dubious of the government, so I won't open it up to a patent from any government.
yeah, as our conversation proceeds, I'm having like all of these thoughts about like I'm very into the white rabbit hole, if you will, like conspiracy theories, and I'm just very not trusting of the government. And so, I mean, what you have there is extremely powerful and can be life-changing, whether it's detrimental or towards a life of health. And this is some incredible stuff. I'm looking forward to checking out some of your blogs. Is there anything that we haven't covered today, or anything that I haven't asked that it is pertinent to this conversation?
No, I think we've been very thorough. Thank you for the interview. The next step is introduction. What do I mean? I ask your audience, go to the website, try the 15-day experience, the free sessions. There's no obligation. Scalarlight.com, SCALAR, scalarlight.com is the website. And then if this makes a difference in your life, if you see the benefits, share it with other people. And I mean that I need help to promote this as a grassroots movement. Now, to be very clear, I prefer to work with the people. As we've touched upon, there are some governments out there that cannot be trusted. So I prefer to keep this with the people. I prefer this to be a grassroots movement. Join us and let's change the world for the better.
Yeah, I love this. I'm wondering, so if I were to send my picture right today, do I need to change anything about my day to day? Do I need to meditate, or do I just go about my living my life? Like, can you enlighten us there?
You don't need to do anything to change your life. Live the life you're living. This is what I like so much about my work. The 500,000 photographs that I work with this morning, I never ask those people to change their diet or their lifestyle or their sleep pattern. Why? Scalar energy can overcome any obstacle. Here, I'm going to demonstrate this. Scalar energy can pass through any building or pass across the universe in a flash. It's energy that cannot be prohibited. If I hold up this wooden board to my instrument, that wooden board is no impediment to illuminating the light bulb. So nothing can stop scalar energy, no matter where a person or where an animal is located. Scalar energy will find their force field. Now, keep in mind, this is a new science. We don't work biologically. We work with energy fields.
Whoa, I'm thoroughly impressed. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing, your life's work with us and really introducing this into my community and, worldwide. It sounds like you are growing, just by the pictures that you've shown. And this just sounds like it's the tip of the iceberg. I'm super intrigued. Can you tell us, are you on social media or is it just your website?
I am on social. When you go to our website, at the very bottom of our homepage, you'll see our social media sites. So yes.
Perfect. And I'll link all of those down below to make it easy for people to follow you and to really follow your work. Looking forward to a book coming out. So would love to have you back when that's completed or even before then. I'm really interested in some of the results that you're yielding and how this is growing for you.
Thanks so much, Jassy.
Thank you. For our listeners, if you enjoyed our topic today, leave us a comment down below. It really helps us with the algorithm. I have to admit, I'm a newbie to the algorithm, so any help would be appreciated. Like and subscribe. So when you join my Patreon, you get the uncut version of each episode. And we go a lot deeper. For example, on this one, at the end, I talk about my recent awakening and my relation to the Black Jaguar. You get to catch the conversations before and after with each guest, and you get so many bonus types of content. So just for $3 a month, you support the podcast and you help us move forward with interviewing more guests and learning on this journey. So join my Patreon to support.